Dr. Al-Hadid, I think we've had many opportunities to talk about what we call the great debate.
Yes, sir.
And I think that in a real sense, our audience should be aware that you really created this whole series, this idea of having what, a great debate. And I think you've presented many great debates in terms of what you've been doing. And this is another of those great debate series that you'd like to present to us today. And this is about President Barack Obama. And what we want to do today is to give you an opportunity to first sort of tell our audience some few statements about your situation of being here now, and then to get into dealing with the great debate, President Barack Obama, from the point of race, religion, and politics. And so let's see if we'll start off by having you to give us some statements in reference to your situation.
Well, as you know, Dr. Haney, I was at Tennessee State University for a number of years, and my last time there, I was the chair of the Africana Studies Department. And I left the university and I served as a principal of an Islamic school. So now I'm just enjoying life and writing books and then moving forward.
Very good. And I understand that you're really moving forward now and enjoying life and etc. But let's talk about the first part of this great debate on President Barack Obama, and that is this issue of race. What about that?
Well, let's start with Du Bois' statement in Souls of Black Folks, where he indicated that the problem of the 20th century would be the color line, where he was talking about the whole question of race. And he envisioned a collection of the talented 10, who would basically be lawyers, doctors, preachers, and business persons. And these would be the race men who would lift up the race from the standpoint of leadership. And at the same time, we had Booker T. Washington, who felt that we had to produce a class of entrepreneurs and producers, people who would come from the land and produce things. So this was the initial great debate, and as you know, the forum that I created at Tennessee State involved the dialectics between Martin Luther King and Malcolm X around the question of integration versus separation. And I think when we come to President Barack Obama, I see him as a synthesis of the tension between Dr. King and Malcolm, in the sense that Barack Obama went through a period in his life where he was dealing with his identity. I mean, his mother was white from Kansas, his father was African from Kenya, he was a Luo. And so he went through life for the first 18 or 20 years of his life, not really being certain about his identity. So that takes us into what Du Bois was talking about in terms of the double consciousness, as he also outlined, you know, in the Souls of Black Folks. So what I see in